Well, Darren, out of the Johnstone's paint trophy tonight, but did you see points of encouragement for your side there?
Yeah. I mean, bitterly disappointed with the defending. But if I had to have one question mark leading up to the week that we had coming ahead of us, I would say fitness levels. It's something that you can't change overnight. It takes work, and you could see with the squad that they had to their disposal, I think it helps. I'm not saying that's the key. Because the goals we conceded, I was disappointed with. But it's so important, I back the players because we got another game coming up on Saturday, and they have to be ready for that.
You mentioned the fitness levels. You only made one change. Were you tempted to make further changes towards the end there?
Yeah, I was, and I know you could look at the shape, but I tried to leave Foggy and Cornick and Soko up, and I think it caused them problems in the first half. Again, to go 1-0 down like that's disappointing, but I think we controlled the first half. That was the frustrating part, and I thought the game plan worked. You could see I went and changed and played two closer together with Jeffers and Soko. There could have been question marks to bring Soko off, but I didn't want that to be a negative where the lad's got 90 minutes and you can see he's a good player.
The biggest frustration, having got back to 1-1, you mentioned poor defending. Their second goal was probably the worst, wasn't it? And just before half-time as well.
Yeah, that's not acceptable. I will be working on that because it's important. If you concede goals like that, you lose games, and I think that's been a big problem this year as to why we are where we are. I mean, let's be honest, this team, I think it's only lost 2 games. So, I'm not trying to make it, all a happy place, but it's important that the lads remain focused because they have got a big game on Saturday now.
Is it all the more frustrating to concede that goal? Because when Jeffers makes it 3-2 in the closing stages, it's almost a case of what if, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but I think you can see the players are showing that passion, they're showing that fight, they're showing that they want to do well, and for me it's only been 2 games, and I've been at Stevenage, and then to come to Oxford, it's not an easy place to come, and I think I've been here before as a player and been on the back of some heavy defeats, but the players they kept going to the end. They asked for what I wanted them to do. Could have, in an ideal world, could we have wanted more? Yes. But with only having a short time to work with the players, it is difficult.
So now the third game of your tenure will be home against Barnet in League 2, your first league game. Is that the biggest of the 3?
Yeah. I think it's the biggest because of where we've been for such a long time, and the climb that you can get is massive for the town. For everyone involved at the Oval Town Football Club, is big. So it's important they recover right now. They look after themselves and make sure they're ready for Saturday.
Any worries over Soko? We saw him go down a couple of occasions clutching his calf.
I mean, when you haven't played for that long periods of time, you're gonna have knocks. And I thought he'd done well, and he kept going to the end. And I could have brought him off, but what I didn't want was, people to see that as a negative. And I think that it's benefited from him. I look after him and make sure he's okay, but he's got 90 minutes under his belt.